Well, Stephen Duty, right? No, Cameron Duty, and your partner, Stephen Galatos. I probably kill that. But who cares about your name? It's the website, getbellhops.com, and your two guys, a couple years out of college, hated your boring management jobs, didn't you? And you found this thing, bellhops, where now people anywhere in the country practically could get somebody to help them move any of their furniture or whatever they're doing for a fraction of what all these big mover companies have making zillions of dollars doing. You're doing for a fraction of the cost, aren't you?
We are.
Why? Why?
Well, we've decided that there's a huge gap. The moving industry is totally fragmented.
Yeah.
And you have, close to 50 million Americans will be moving this year,
Wow.
and 35 million of those people are do-it-yourselfers.
35 million people do it themselves every time?
Yeah,
God.
It's not because they want to do it themselves, but just because they're price conscious and they don't want to do the hassle and cost.
They want to keep the chiropractors in business. Huh?
Right. Exactly. So, our goal is to reduce the cost of small-scale moving, and we do that by, we're an on-demand tech-based platform for moving help that contracts local college students in 135 cities. And so just to provide great athletic, clean-cut individuals who can communicate with you to show up and say, hey, let's get the job done.
So these are college hunks, so to speak, that are really sitting around looking at their iPhones waiting for a job, and when you plug in on the website, man, you're going to get a call from some good-looking college guy who's willing to move your stuff for a fraction of the cost, right?
That's it.
Yeah. And what you guys provide is the platform, right? So it's the service online. I could go on my phone or on the web and just say, hey, which I did just a few minutes ago, hey, I live in College Park, and I put in your website, College Park, and they say, okay, you want one guy, two guys, three guys, you want a truck, you want whatever, and bam, I had a price at a fraction of what it is. And then if I consummated the deal, I would be getting calls from these people, right?
That's right. And you'd also get an email with pictures of your bellhops and who they are and all that.
I see. That's what. And then, but you guys are insured and everything. So this is just some guy at getting drunk in the college dorm or something and bored. I mean, you guys vent all these people, and you have insurance, and even the people who work for you have workman's comp and things like this, so they're not street people.
Right. Yeah, they're all current college students, and they go through a really thorough screening process. As far as background checks, all of that is totally covered, and we take pride in providing really quality, high caliber individuals.
But it seems more than that. If I need a truck, that you're set up to get a truck at a discount too.
Yep. Essentially, the reason that we provide trucks is just to provide a better service to our customers. It's essentially just a wash. We basically just pass the cost on of what it costs us, but it allows us to get a job that we wouldn't normally get if one of our customers needed a truck.
So no, when I go on the site and say, hey, I need a truck, I just click, hey, I need a truck, and then it's an extra, $130 for the whole day for the truck, but I don't pick it up. I mean, the college guy's picking it up, right? And coming all prepared to use the truck and move me where I want to go. But also what's interesting is that even though I book for 4 or 5 hours, but I only use 2, I'm only getting charged for the 2, right?
Right. So we have a 1 hour minimum, and then we prorate in 15-minute increments. So your bellhops clock in and out on their phones. And so if you booked us for 5 and the job only took 2, you're only paying for 2.
Wow. Well, that's, I don't think these big guys do that. You book for 5 and they bill 10, I think, is what most of
Right.
Because it's so hard to tell sometimes. But more importantly, too, it seems like you're giving a great income opportunity for college kids. I mean, because this is something so flexible. If they have exams, they don't have to go to that barista job even though they're too busy, and they could just take a job when they want it, if they want it, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, independent contractors, I read an article recently that in the next 10 years, 50% of America's workforce will be independent contractors, because it's a more effective way, efficient way for individuals to work.
But not only that now, I mean, we've never had the Internet of Things, so to speak, that we have a place to go to find, to coordinate that supply and demand that's immediate available. So that's why we used to hire people for 7 years and only use them like 1 real year. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And now the internet, because out in California they always work that way. In the movie business, you just went from job to job, project to project, and it's very efficient that way. So the rest of us have to become as efficient as the movie industry.
That's right. Yeah, we're just following
and you're doing it, right? So how did it take a millennial to change this, dinosaur moving industry?
Well, it's technology. I mean, we didn't exist 5 years ago, and we were fortunate to invest in technology early, and we managing a workforce of close to 9,000 contractors.
Wow.
You can't do that manually. You can't rely on phones for that. You have to have an application that automates almost everything, from bookings to coordination to communication, all the way to payments. It has to be totally automated, and that's what technology allows us to do.
Is your background technology, or what did you study in?
No, I studied supply chain management in college. And so, unfortunately, I'm a non-technical founder. But learning to code, kids come through our office all the time. And, they're asking, how can we better prepare for once we get out of school? And the answer is you need to learn. You need to learn to code. Because computer programming will be automating much of what right now we're just dumb work. Somebody's sitting in a ticket booth and stamping tickets. I mean, all these different things that we've relied on for 100 years are going to be gone.
Absolutely. Well, it's genius that you saw this, particularly in an underserved, practical industry. I mean, it's so practical. We all got to move, and we're probably going to be moving more because jobs are going to be changing more and all this kind of stuff. And we're not going to be stuck with, existing real estate because nobody thinks that's a good investment anymore. So, which means more moving. Which means we need help moving because all that crap we got. Yeah.
Like that.
So you got us something very reasonable to solve that problem instead of. The traditional moving industry, anything that's been around 20, 30, 50 years, is full of inefficiencies and overpriced, sort of like the banking industry, right? And you're changing that single-handedly through technology, and you don't even have a technology degree. That's what's wonderful. Isn't America great?
It is.
Anybody could do anything. But, you guys worked on it for a couple of years before even you got this running to work out the bugs and things like this.
We we essentially proved the market first before we decided to go raise funding, and that was some of the best times that we spent in those early years of really figuring out how are we going to do this, and so. Being in the trenches and making every mistake known to man, it's allowed us to figure out what certainly doesn't work and what works better.
So your success is that you went out there and failed.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a key to success because nobody knows what the hell works anymore. So you got to go out and fail yourself to really find out. And you've done that. Now you got GetBellHobs.com, one of the fastest growing ideas in the country. Got 9,000 people, that are ready, willing, and able to work, move you anywhere. And you're in how many cities now? 100 and what?
136. 136
cities. So you just go to GetBellHobs.com, find your city, and find out you can get bellhops right now. Move the stuff out of your place. Get it somewhere else. Thank you so much, Cameron. And
thank you.
Say hello to Steve. He's probably doing all the coding. I understand. They put you as the pretty face, right?
I don't know about that.
Thanks again. GetBellhops.com.